Guys, I want to tell you a little story about the day my life changed. Important day, pivotal day, probably affected you and maybe some other people watching this video. Okay, thank you. Blake just turned the vacuum cleaner off so we can actually hear. This is gonna be a cool show. It's gonna be a short one. The day my life changed was the day that I decided that I wanted to get big, lean muscles, change my body, change my physique. And that one decision, that one goal of mine led me down a path of constant learning, constant education. So what happened is I had that goal, but I had no clue how to do it. I was small, I was scrawny, I was kind of untrained, about a 150-pound guy, and I wanted to get bigger for my sport of baseball. So I did what everyone should be doing right now, is I used all the resources that were available to me. So what I did is I read everything I could get my hands on: Muscle and Fitness, Muscle Mag, Flex Magazine, Men's Health, Fitness RX. I'd read the men's one, I'd read the women's one, I'd read whatever I could get my hands in. I would watch YouTube videos. I would watch Jay Cutler TV on YouTube, and I'd watch these videos of Jay Cutler walking around his house all like huge and kind of slowly walking around his house, and I'd watch every meal that he ate. I'd watch all the supplements he would take, and I would look at how he would have his meal cadence throughout the day, and then how he would go in the gym and train, and why he would train slower, and why he would train more methodically and actually get concentration on all of his tissue, rather than just flailing around with the weights. And I was learning all this, I'm absorbing all this, I'm reading all these bodybuilders' different training programs, and the old school guys like Arnold, and the new school guys like Flex Lewis, and I'm absorbing all this information. And then I would take my training partners, my roommates, Alex and Nick, and I would go train those guys with everything I was learning, and I would train myself, and I learned how to eat. And all of a sudden, I went from being this little scrawny guy at about 150 pounds to now I'm 178 pounds. Now people started to notice, dang, what's this dude doing? He's getting bigger, he's gaining muscle. And it was crazy for me. And why was that the biggest day, most important day of my life? Well, I'll tell you why. Because when that happened, I realized that even if I had no clue how to do something, I had no clue how to do something, it seemed like the deck would be stacked against me, because I wasn't big and I didn't have any experience. I didn't know you had to eat. I didn't know you had to train a certain way. But it was the biggest day of my life, because I realized that no matter what I wanted to do, even if I didn't know how to do it when I started, if I had a goal, I could learn how to do something and then go accomplish that. That's like the biggest life-changing thing anybody can have happen. And it started with me realizing I could go do something with my body and getting my body into shape. I think everyone should start there, right? Maybe you're in your 20s, maybe you're in your 30s or 40s, maybe you've been doing the same thing for a really long time, and you'd really like to go try some different things. You'd really like to get a new job, or you'd like to start a new relationship. Well, guess what? It's possible. You may not know how to do it right now, but how resourceful have you been? How many times have you really gone out of your way to try and learn and educate? How many books have you read? How many audio programs have you listened to? How many times did you try and go learn some information and go put it to work and test it and try and use it so that you could come like me and then turn this whole facility? When I look at all this stuff, I'm looking at like this, these are all tools, right? For me, like, this is like a doctor. A doctor can go in and he gets his scalpel and he gets all of his different tools laid out that he can use. For me, that's what a barbell and a rack and dumbbells, they're my tools. The turf for me, like most people would look at this and just think, oh, it's a green slab of turf. I can do, if you gave me a whistle and some cones, or even if I didn't have it, I can make magic happen on this because of what I've studied and what I've learned. And guess what? I didn't know how to do any of it. So maybe you're a young trainer out there. Maybe you want to be a strength and conditioning coach someday. You can do it, but you got to do what I did it. The thing is, I think people fail, and then maybe they go, oh, all of a sudden Brett must have just known all this. I didn't know any of this. I was just a kind of like a scrub, lackluster student. I was a great baseball player, and I only got there because I applied it and put the work in. And I think a lot of people out there right now could have their whole life changed just like me if you just sat back and thought to yourself, what do I want to learn? Now let me go study it. Let me invest my time and energy and money into something. I study it, I learn it, and then I realize, holy crap, I can actually do that. You can do it. If I can do it, trust me. I'm talking D's and C's and F's in high school and college. I put it together when I needed to. Like, I could always do it, but once I knew what I was passionate about, I'll be honest. There was a lot of bodybuilding books and magazines and things that I would be reading during my classes in college, you know, and I'd be planning my workouts. But I was learning something, and I ended up putting it to work. And I got guys in the background here. That little bit of stuff that I was doing maybe didn't look so good in college ends up benefiting a lot of people. Got Britt behind the camera. Britt, you work here, right?
Yep.
So, you know, it's good. Maybe it's good, but I had to learn it all. I had to apply it, and I had to take that knowledge and learn it. That was the day my life changed. Now I do the same thing. I'm learning in other different areas. Like for me, commercial real estate is something I like to do. I study it, and I study it, and I study it, and I listen, and I read, and I listen, and I read. Every Sunday I spend about 4 to 6 hours reading. I spend another 3 or 4 hours watching a Sunday seminar. Last one I attended was Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. How could you not want to attend a seminar with those two guys? But in any event, now I'm learning and applying different things so I can take myself to a new level and challenge myself. And it was no more than what? It was like last week when Cool Whip came in here.
Oh, yeah.
Business associate, friend, Luis Cool Whip Garcia comes in here, and he's breaking down, we're breaking down a $1.875 million deal, which I had no clue what it was. But he comes in, he says, I said, just give me the units, give me what the average rent is. Let me see if I can work in backwards off of this deal and get the numbers of where it should be at. I did it, and all of a sudden, Cool Whip kind of looked shocked. He's like, oh, he's like, yeah, it is. It's 1.875. I said 1.8. He says 1.875. But the fact of the matter is this: I would have never been able to do that had I not been applying myself. So what is it you guys want to do out there? Do you want to run a business? Do you want to start a new relationship? Do you want to change careers and shift into something else? Do you maybe want to start strength training and learn how to get either bigger or smaller? Because each one takes a different approach. What is it that you want to do? Because you can do it, but now you got to be resourceful. You have to try and find the books and it's not that hard. We have Google, we have YouTube, you have Instagram, you have Facebook groups, you have all sorts of different people, and they're only a DM away where you could go ask them a question. You'd be shocked when I was just kind of starting off in the strength and conditioning, how many Division I college strength and conditioning coaches responded to me when I reached out with a very well put together, well thought out, well communicated list of questions that I had for them because I thought it could help me. Those guys were already future me's. They were what I wanted to be. And when I asked them those questions, they were more than willing to send me back an adequate response that helped me take my game to here for free. So are you being resourceful? Are you learning as much as you can? Learn it, apply it, learn it, apply it, try it. Get out there, use yourself as the guinea pig. Grab a Britt or a Derek or a Blake, and then put them through a workout. Put them through a workout. Do what they have to do, but I could learn, and I was getting better. And that's what you guys need to do. So the information's a DM away. You hit enter, you type it in, you hit enter on Google. All the information's there, but will you do it? Will you put in the work? I know it for me, it changed my life, and I'm hoping that it does the same for you. So whatever it is you guys want to do, start today, get out there, get after it, learn it, understand it, and if this video helped you or you still have some questions for me, maybe I'm a future you, maybe you want to be me someday and want to do what I'm doing or not doing, because Blair did most of the work tonight, and then Britt did most of the work. I just came in at the end when I needed to do one of these, which I did. But at the end of the day, maybe you need to reach out to me. If you enjoy this, reach out. I'm here to help. Obviously, we put out these videos. We got to be at 100.
Easily.
Do you think now?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah.
Got to be at 100. 100 shows, 100 videos, and a lot of information out there that could really help you guys. And I'm not just saying that because I'm putting it out there, but I do truly believe I could actually help you save thousands of hours, maybe earn millions of dollars, and be able to gain the confidence that you need to go into your chosen field. So check it out. Reach out to me if you need anything. Drop a DM. If you like this, share it. And that's all I got for you guys. Look at the guys on the background pumping back here. 45-pound plate curls. Let's just go add a little bit of realism to it. So you guys now are on day 3 this week, right?
Yes, sir.
Day 3. We got Lyle Zato back here. He kind of looks a little bit like Lyle Zato right now. And we got Derek over here getting after it. They're both training hard. And you guys like training here?
Yes, sir.
So 2 years now. Over 2 years. Over 2 years. Why do you guys train here? Let me just get it on. Why do you train here, Derek? Compared to
It's a different atmosphere. I first learned about this place back in 2013. I was still in the Marine Corps when my buddy Nate Jennerman was still here. He brought me here one day when I was
pro MMA
pro
fighter.
MMA fighter. He brought me here one day when I was home on leave, when I was just 19 years old. Stuck in my mind for the rest of my life. The rest of the time I was in the Marine Corps, came back, knew there was only one place I was going.
And he's been a top line staple ever since. And one of the rare breeds that I can actually get along with, because he doesn't listen to this pansy stuff that Blake listens to when he's in here, frickin' Migos and all this stuff. Can't nobody getting big to that. Now we got Zach in here. Give us your feedback. Why you train here? Why you enjoy training here? Dude's breath is hot right now, so it's a dangerous interview I'm doing.
Yeah, it's especially after a protein shake.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'm sure it's not good. You know, the reason I go here because it's a family. Everybody looks after one another. Everybody cheers everybody up. Everybody tries to get every last rep out of everybody. You know, and
we squeeze the juice. I told Britt it's like that when you have that last little bit of toothpaste. And you got to just squeeze that thing out.
Every last bit. Every last bit is squeezed out, and so you know, it's just there's no other place like it.
It's training heaven.
You know it is. You know it is. You always.
We got some new equipment coming in here. You guys are gonna like.
Is it going to be more?
Leg press, hack squat,
45 minute 25.
leg extension, ham curl, cable station, all from Arsenal Strength. Hack squat. You down? All right, everyone's membership's going up, so they're down now until they see that bill come through. Blake, you got anything to add out there that could help anybody out right now? Any input from a guy who's getting going? Because as cool as it is to hear where I'm at on my journey, it's also cool to hear where people like Blake is in like year 2 right now, and then Britt is in year 2 where they're at, and they should be doing stuff like this too on the other side of the camera, so that people know. Here you go. Hold that for a second.
Hang on, we got Britt hopping
Because
on
you
here.
guys got to be able to look back like I can. I got videos from my first year. Hold that. Any feedback? Well, hold on. Just a while.
How's my rag look? Good?
Yeah, you look better. Now you look like M Shadows from a but
I say just
tattoos.
one thing you just gotta that I learned when I came in here is, you know, just look at your life and you like kind of how you said it, design your life how you want it. You know, look at the the good, the bad that's already happened from the past, and then kind of start to plan on who do you want to be 3, 4, 5 years down the road, but taking those steps every day to reach that. So, yeah, paint your own picture. Whatever you want to change in your life, you can do it. You just got to commit to it.
It's a lot of work, ain't it?
It is, and keep chipping away at it, because there's gonna be days that you're gonna feel like you're just not there, or you're not making the progress you want to as fast as you want to. But I think it's just keep showing up, keep chipping away at it, and 2, 3 years down the road, you're gonna look back and be like, dang, I changed a lot. So.
I like it. Now let's skip right on here. Britt's always.
I'm on here.
She's always on the camera roll here.
I'm usually behind.
What do you have to say to anybody out there? And even though you don't see, that's the thing is, even though you don't think you have a lot to say, you do.
What would I say from the 2 years?
Yeah, you're 2 years in. What advice would you give for anybody who's 2 years into your journey? Look how much progress you've made. What few things have allowed you to be able to do that?
Adapting with the flow, always going with the flow, not always necessarily like having like a plan, but like being like open to like new people, new ideas. Executing. New roles. Constantly like keeping up with the change.
Yeah, think about this. You're like, this video is more for yourself, looking back, like where you're at.
Yeah.
What's the struggle when you're just starting off? What are the couple of things you struggle with?
The consistency, I would say.
What about mentally? I think that's the one thing that most people can relate to when you're first starting off is what's the mental struggle you go through?
I'd say it can be challenging to stick with it constantly, day in and day out, and then like just really like it's just like the constant change. I'd say the constant like ability to like adapt and like make it work, learn new things, learn new skills, be confident.
What about when you're choosing to do something that maybe is not like old school people can't always understand what it is that you're doing, because your role in this is very new.
Yeah. No, I think it takes a lot of just confidence and just a lot of like understanding and patience and being like, this is where you want to be, and then kind of just going with it and like following your heart, following your passion.
Look right here.
I'm not used to it.
Yeah, but you're doing, it's going good.
Yeah.
So what advice would you have for a 20-something-year-old who wants to follow their passion rather than going a route that someone else is saying that they have to do, or the status quo of going a certain route? What advice would you give them, simple advice, to be able to follow their own path?
I would say just go for it. Kind of like put the guardrails up and kind of just go for it. Like, I wouldn't hold yourself back. I wouldn't listen to other people. At the end of the day, it's like your life. It's like what you want to do with it. And I think that you just kind of have to just like follow your passion in your heart and just go with it.
But wouldn't you say you've applied yourself? Like, see,
Oh,
when
yeah.
I said that, like, that changed my life, but I had to put the work in. And
Yeah.
You put the work in to learn.
Yeah, you have to be willing to like use your
just-
resources, use the people, mentors, YouTube,
Yeah.
whatever it is, just
Same
to like
thing
apply
Blair's
yourself.
done, like it's a challenge, but you have to put the work in if
Yeah.
you want it. Most people ain't willing to do that.
Yeah.
I like it. Anything else? Any other things to all the top liners out there you'd like to add for this show?
Boot camp is going really well. 8-week challenge people, there's a lot of them. Yeah, you guys are all like crushing
What
it.
about tonight? And Sabrina?
Oh yeah, Sabrina joined. She's awesome. Super pumped for her. Day 1 today, and then yeah, everyone else has been getting after it.
All right. There we go.
That's it.
You did pretty good on camera I just put her on the spot.
I don't like that.
Blair, do you got anything for us tonight?
Come on, B.
Come on now, we've already had 3 killer bees on here. He's like Raven from
Come on, B.
WCW.
Come on.
What's the question?
There you go. It's your turn.
Just the question of
What's going on, guys?
what it's like to be, you're 20, how old?
22,
22.
double deuce.
You're in your, technically it's like year 3 for you here.
Yeah, I've been in, been
What
out,
advice
been
would you
in.
have for anybody out there who's trying to get into their passion, and what things have you done that have helped you make progress right now?
I would say for anybody trying to get into your passion, just shoot your shot. Go ahead, give it a try. Don't be scared about the outcome because it hasn't even happened yet. So go ahead and take it head on and enjoy the roller coaster of a ride that it will be. And then what was the second question? What have I done?
What things have you done that you think would help someone else who's just getting started off towards a goal that they want to accomplish?
That's a good question. I would say to get started, just start. It's probably the hardest thing to do. I think about that during my workouts, even going to school, going to class. You got to just start. You got to get out of bed, make the bed. You got to start walking, start lifting. You got to start somewhere. I would also say surround yourself with good people. Fortunately enough for me, I was able to surround myself with Brett, Britt, Blake, Dizzard in the background over there, and everybody else in top line. Everybody's been able to help me progress. Even my friends and family have been able to help me progress along the way. It's been a fun journey. I'm still learning. This is still only, I guess, my first official year working at the Top Shop, but I'm still learning, going home.
7 months essentially.
Yeah, 7 months still. But like they were saying before, get home, get to studying, get learning, and you'll get where you want to get to. We'll catch you guys in the Top
How
Shop.
many packs of cigarettes are you smoking at this point?
I keep the cigarettes off to the side, but the Black and Milds are always in the glove box.
B&Ms, baby.
Yeah.
B&Ms.
All right.
There we go. I like it. I had to throw that one in there. Vision, anything for everybody out there? Any advice for anybody who wants, because you went from 400 pounds to
Oh, 400 plus. Don't
right
shave
around
it off.
400 plus.
Don't shave it off. Don't cut
You're
it
400
short.
pounds when we first started training in
Yeah.
2009, and now you're right at 200. So 200-pound difference. And what advice would you have for somebody out there who has a goal but has no clue how to get there? What little tips and tricks do you I know you leverage the trainer and go into the resource. I think that's smart.
You have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else is going to believe in you. So you have to want to do it. Don't let people
And
push
how
you
do
to do
mentally
it.
do that when you're coming from behind?
Stay
It's hard
the
to believe
course.
It was probably hard for you to believe in yourself. At
Very
4
hard to
steps.
believe in yourself, but you have to stay focused. Like headphones in, same treadmill every day. Like you have to. It's consistency. You don't have to do fancy tips and tricks to lose weight. It's being consistent, taking a 5-minute walk. You add on. It's the little things.
And was it nerve-wracking that first day that you did the fitness evaluation with me, the free
Yeah,
consult?
because I hit around the corner because I had never had a trainer, someone that was fit or in shape, helping do that.
So,
You know.
but how did you get over the fear of taking that step to find you were being resourceful, right?
Yeah.
You had a free fitness
I
evaluation
found it.
available to you. And then, but what advice do you have for somebody who, maybe wants to come into top line, but is a little nervous?
You can't be scared. Life's too short. If 2020's taught us anything, you can't be scared. You don't know what the next day is going to bring. You have to get up and just do it. Like Blair said, you have to shoot your shot. I would use different terminology, but you have to get up because you don't know if tomorrow you're going to be here or a loved one's going to be here. You got to do it for you, because then you might inspire someone else to do it, like I have.
Love it. Love it. All right.
Top line for life.
Well, all 4 of you guys want to sign out?
Like Dizzard said,
You guys want to do like
be your biggest fan.
You guys
Right,
want
you
to
gotta
do
be
like
your
a quick
biggest fan.
acapella sign out? Like we did the one day?
I'm gone. That was a solo acapella.
Blair started out.
I'm gone.
I'm gone.
We out.
We out.
That's a wrap.